And welcome to the 2003 Columbus Day Parade. I'm Al DiTullio, joined by my distinguished colleague from Boston Cable, John J. Fahey. John, nice to have you here in Revere.
Al, what a wonderful day. It's such a beautiful day here in Revere, and I'm so looking forward to this parade.
It's going to be a terrific parade because it has something for everyone. In the next 2 hours, you will be entertained like never before. John, are you ready to go to a parade?
I certainly am, Al. You know, 511 years ago, Christopher Columbus landed in the Bahamas. I think it was Watling Island, if I'm not mistaken. And in those 511 years, we've been celebrating Columbus Day ever since. And to all our Italian-American friends, and to all Americans everywhere, we celebrate a great day.
Sit back, relax. You're in store for a great 2003 Columbus Day Parade. The significance of Columbus Day in Revere is rooted in the city's tradition as a destination for newcomers to our shores. Many Italian, Irish, and Middle European immigrants settled here, and the parade celebrates their spirit of adventure. John, that is so well put.
Certainly, and right here in Revere, not far from Boston, where we're standing right now, we have a lot of immigrants that have come to our city, not just Italians, but other ethnic groups as well. But this area in particular, we have a lot of people from Italy right here.
Absolutely.
And we're standing right in front of this beautiful St. Anthony of Padua church, and this is a typical church that one might find in the Italian countryside, as a matter of fact.
As you know, the cost of hosting a parade each year becomes more and more expensive with rising costs that are associated with putting on parades. Due to the economic times that we're in, the cities and towns have to look for other financial ways to keep these programs going. And this year, the city of Revere called out to its corporate businesses to help put on the 2003 Columbus Day Parade, and the corporate world responded in a very positive way. The city would like to thank the following businesses. The gold corporate sponsors are the National Amusement Park, Roseland Property Company.
And the silver corporate sponsors are G.J. Towing, Irving Oil Terminals, Charles A. Lightbody, and Suffolk Racetrack. Suffolk not
too far from here.
Far from where we are right now, as a matter of fact.
And the bronze corporate sponsors are the Broadway National Bank, Paul Bonfiglio Funeral Home, Dunkin' Donuts on Squire Road, Joseph Festa Construction, K&C Management Enterprises.
And we also have other sponsors, including Caesars Painting and Wallpaper, HRCA, Housing for the Elderly, KFC, Wally's Fast Food, Robert and Ellen Medeiros, and Super Stop and Shop Wonderland and Squire Road.
And we thank each of them for their contributions. John, you know, when we talk about Columbus Day parades, we associate it here in New England, but there are other cities throughout the United States that celebrate Columbus Day, and one that stands out in my mind is New York. That's been going on since 1929.
1929, can you believe that? I was just going to say, Al, of all other cities that I can think of, I think New York would probably be one of the major cities that would have it. 1929. 1929 is the year of the Great Depression, and I can't think of trying to get people's spirits up more than having a parade. And the Columbus Day Parade is so important. In fact, it's been an important part of Boston here since probably around the same time.
And a lot of these folks know that, you know, Boston itself celebrates the Columbus Day Parade, and they do a wonderful job, but Revere has the advantage with Columbus Day parades because there's so many talented people here in the city of Revere. And to the folks out there, please stay with this parade because you're going to be amazed at the talent pool that Revere has, John.
Now, Al, what are we going to see in the parade today?
Well, we're going to see the local politicians. We're going to see bands from across the
color guards and things like that.
From across the cities, such as the Dartmouth Marching Band, which is always an excellent band. The Westport Marching Band, which will be coming in for the 8th consecutive year, John. 8 years marching in the Columbus Day Parade.
And you've been doing this for, I know this is my first time here, but and I think that you've been doing it for a few years.
Yes, I have, and it's always an honor to be asked to do this Columbus Day Parade. Me being an Italian, it is a proud day for all Italians, and it's also a proud day for anyone that has heritage that is associated with immigrants.
That's correct. It's a beautiful city, and I'll tell you right now, Al, it's a beautiful day here in Revere. It's nice and warm, the sun is shining. The sun is shining on the Columbus Day Parade right here in Revere, Massachusetts.
And the Lord looked down on us today. Yesterday
correct.
was a nasty day out there. The Red Sox were canceled, but this morning when I woke, looked out the window, it was a nice, bright, sunny day. And how great is that to have a nice, sunny day, see all these wonderful people in Revere coming out to watch this Columbus Day Parade.
And it also looks like a lot of people just in the area that we're in here right now, sitting on chairs on the street, waiting for the parade to come. What other things are going to happen in the parade?
Well, we're going to see, like I said, we're going to see a lot of different things in the parade. There's a lot of things for different folks. There's something for children, there's something for the adults, and there's something for the older folks here in the city of Revere that can probably go back and tell us a number of stories. And right now, the parade is about to get underway as we see it in the distance with the police car and the Revere motorcycle escort.
Some of Revere's finest, is that right?
That's absolutely. Revere has some of the finest police officers and some of the finest firefighters who serve this city so well, John.
You know, Al, I can't think of a more appropriate time to say this, but every parade that I've ever been to, and I've been to many, they are always led by the policemen,
Absolutely.
police of the city. And I think since September 11, 2001, I think people have a new appreciation
They certainly do.
for our police and firefighters
They certainly
that
do
put their lives on the line.
on the line, especially on September 11th.
Right.
You know, September 11th was a very tragic day.
We lost over 300 firefighters
That's
in New York
right.
City.
And I think people came to understand what a police officer and what a firefighter does. And we're just about ready to get the 2003 Columbus Day Parade underway with the sirens. We are in full gear with the motorcycles in view. The 2003 parade is about to begin. Sit back and enjoy the parade.
Now, Al, what do we have here coming up first?
Right now, we have the Revere Police Department color guard. It represents the police department in all reviewing events. This is a tradition of colors that stems from the military. Revere's police chief is Terry Redden, and a fine, fine police officer he is. And we should point out that the auxiliary police, there are approximately 25 recruits on staff. All members of the force are volunteers. Rarely do they get paid. These jobs is to maintain law and order in times of various crises that they attend. And also one of our finest auxiliary police officers is down the end of the street keeping us safe during the 2003 Columbus Day Parade, Deputy Chief John Currier.
And I bet they do a fine job, too,
They
Al.
absolutely do. And they're getting a nice hand here.
Right.
And well
deserved, too.
Absolutely. Some of the finest members of the Revere Police Department.
The Christopher Columbus Parade, a tradition here in America.
Absolutely, and it is a great honor. As the police department will just slow down a little bit to let the rest of the parade catch up here. As we see the Revere Fire banner, so that means that the fire department is right behind them.
You know, when we think of the police department, we often think of the fire department as well. They sort of go hand in hand.
And right now they have 4 main engine companies, 4 engine pumps, with each pump truck holding approximately 750 gallons of water. They also have 2 large main ladder trucks. Fire department wants to remind all of us to keep back 300 feet from any fire apparatus. Their fire chief is Gene Doherty, who replaced Dan Doherty. And before becoming the fire chief, Gene Doherty was the arson prevention officer in the city.
You know, Al, you have a plethora of knowledge for sports, but my goodness, your knowledge about Revere here is just as impressive, I have to say.
Well, let me just point out one thing. I have so many wonderful people here in the city of Revere that will assist me at any time. And some of the members of the fire department is a good friend of mine, Chris Bright. He's a dedicated firefighter, and the Revere Fire Department is going to stop a minute to let the Chelsea Fire Pipe and Drum Corps come alongside of them. Let's give them a listen. people that have come out to support the 2003 Columbus Day Parade.
You know,
there's so much time and effort that goes into that.
Oh, there's no question. You know, it's so great to see all the people here, but also a special welcome to our people at home that are watching this live and on tape, of course. They have a chance to the magic of videotape.
They have a chance
actually
to be a part of it.
Be a part of this. Yeah.
In their own living room,
Right,
which is
right.
terrific. You know, you talk about firefighters, John.
Right.
They are such a tightly group
Al, there's
of
no question.
Men and women
Right.
who serve us in every
Right.
city
Exactly.
that people live in. And especially here in the city of Revere, they have a very tough job. And there's so much respect that I want to give these Revere firefighters and police officers because they put their life on the line
Right.
each and every day.
You know, we're talking about a very historical day here, Columbus Day. But a little history for you, Alan. I'm sure you know this, but just for something for our home audience. Did you know that the firefighters, or the fire department, was founded by a great American, Benjamin Franklin? Did you know that?
Yeah, absolutely knew that. And right now is a very popular figure here in the city of Revere. Actually, two popular figures, Councilor George Colella and School Committee Manny Ferranti, never misses a parade. You know, when we talk about engine companies, we're seeing one of Revere's finest coming into view right now. I mean, these guys, you know, you can't say enough about the men and women of the Revere Fire Department. They're always there to help people out.
And we're looking at, was it engine number 5, right, Al?
Absolutely. These guys do a terrific job. And right now, actually, the grand marshals for this year's Columbus Day Parade are the Saugus Little Leaguers who gave New England a thrill every time they hit the field. And to finish 4th in the country, that's quite a feat. We salute each Little Leaguer for a job well done, John.
That's absolutely correct, Al.
And one other quick side note, 8 of these boys have been playing together on a summer team since they were 8. They played in Jimmy Fun tournaments on the North Shore, and the core of this team also went to tournaments in Cooperstown. And again, the people out here giving them a nice wave.
These are the Grand Marshals, that's correct. An old-fashioned trolley, Al. It's been around for a long time.
It's the
Beantown Trolley sightseeing.
Right now, this is the United States Coast Guard,
right.
ROTC, training men and women for tomorrow's leaders.
You know, Al, I can't think, because I'm in the schools as well, I can't possibly think of a better program for our young men and women to be in the ROTC program at the high school and college levels. I just can't think of another program that would be even equal to that. And a special welcome to the Marines who are represented here. You know, we have to also talk about our military. We took a look at the ROTC, the Marines, and they are right now putting their lives on the line for us in Iraq. So a very special welcome to them. Next, we have the Sheriff's Department coming up here, and Andrea Cabral is the sheriff.
They assist many, many local agencies, especially here in the city of Revere. Its offices to issue warrants and works very closely with local law enforcement agencies.
Right. And a bagpipe band, if I'm not mistaken, Al, I can hear it in the distance.
And the man of the hour, Christopher Columbus, coming into view, and he's going to get a nice round of applause.
Right.
And right behind Christopher Columbus, we have the Colonial Pipers Bagpipe Band from Boston, Massachusetts. They have approximately 25 members. We're going to let you have a listen.
There's a drum roll, Al.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Colonial Pipers Bagpipe Band from Boston, Massachusetts, doing a terrific job.
Very, very good. You know, Al, right after the this pipe and pipe band here, we have the American Legion out of Revere.
And they sponsor a number of youth teams here in the city, and we thank them very much for their continued support of our youth here in the city of Revere, Massachusetts.
Very special applause to the American Legion.
Right now we have St. Anthony's Cub Scout Pack 15 from Revere, Massachusetts. The group ranges from grades 1 to grade 5. Grade 1 is a Tiger Cub, grade 2 is Wolves, grade 3 Bears, grade 4 and grade 5 is Webelos, which stands for We Be Loyal Scouts, John.
Oh, that's very interesting, Al. It really is. You know what's even just as interesting? We're standing right in front of St. Anthony's Church right now. This is their home base, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
There they are waving to all our listeners and viewers at home, Al. That's right. That's 15 minutes of fame.
Additional groups of the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and Girl Scouts is Troop 18 from the Revere Elks, 1171.
You know, I can't say
you can't say enough about the Girls and Boy Scouts because they teach our youth so much about leadership.
Not only that, but it's a very patriotic organization, that's for sure. It's so encouraging to see our young people involved in things like this. It really is.
It absolutely is. It's so important for parents today to get their kids involved in very positive things, like the Cub Scouts, like the Girl Scouts, the Brownies, sports. It's very important.
Did you know that these organizations are well over 100 years old now?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just amazing. The music that you're hearing in the background is the Westport High School Marching Band, looking sharp as ever.
Now they come from
their 8th year,
and they've come from a distance. Westport is in the southern part of Massachusetts, isn't it, Al? Near the Rhode Island border.
It is a 45-piece band. Members of local government here in the city of Revere, Fred Sinella, Carol Ty of the school committee, our good friend Representative Bob DeLeo. It's nice to see the elected officials coming.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And the people around here seem to be really enjoying it, Al.
They really put on a terrific parade every year here in the city of Revere.
I'm sure our listeners and viewers are finding it just as appealing as the people that are out here in the bright, sunshiny area of Revere right now. What do we have coming up, Al?
Opportunity, I'd like to say hello to Joanne Stack and remind folks that Joanne will be holding her annual telethon on October 19th from 2 to 9 on Winthrop Ave. So please come out and support Joanne. She does a wonderful job. Right now, this is the Reading, Massachusetts High School Band. It has received numerous awards. In 1997, they were selected to represent the state of Massachusetts at Walt Disney's 25th celebration in Orlando, Florida. In 2000, they were selected to represent the state of Massachusetts. Let's give them a listen.
I think this is from West Side Story. If I'm not mistaken, it's one of the themes from West Side Story. Right out from West Side Story, 1961, when the film was released, and of course it was on Broadway a few years before that. And some trivia for you: who are the two gangs in West Side Story? The Jets and the Sharks. Tidbit here for you, Al. As the movie West Side Story opens, there's an overhead, an aerial shot. And do you know what famous stadium is in that shot in New York City?
I'll say New York Giants.
Yeah, that's it.
And we can see why they've been selected a number of times for great awards. Right now, we have Congressman Ed Markey, who represents the 7th District here in the city of Revere and many surrounding communities. He's in his 22nd year. So that's a long time to be in Congress.
Certainly is.
All right.
Now, Al, this looks kind of interesting coming up here.
This is a demonstration put on by the Revere Karate Academy on Broadway with Doreen Pugliandro. And a couple of years ago, Doreen Pugliandro was selected to carry the Olympic torch in Massachusetts.
Oh, wow,
and we had the honor
an honor
to go down to Plymouth and actually watch her carry that torch. It was a great moment for all of us that had an opportunity to see that.
And this is the Revere Karate Academy.
You know, again, another positive for the kids here in the city of Revere is learning karate, because it also develops tremendous skills.
And discipline. Right, exactly.
And I also want to send out very best wishes to my good friend Peter Martino, who underwent surgery today for his knee, and we're hoping for the very best for Peter. We want him to have a speedy recovery and return real soon.
Yes, Peter, have a very speedy recovery. We hope you the best. Another band coming up here, Al.
We'll give them a listen. John, this is the Boston Crusaders, formerly known as the Satyrs. Very popular.
Very popular. They've been around for a while, definitely, Al.
1970s. A very good friend of mine is a member of the Boston Crusaders, and they do a terrific job. They've won a number of awards with different band competitions throughout the state of Massachusetts. And as the other bands have done, they are going to perform as well.
So we'll listen to this. Sit back, folks, and relax. You're watching a great show.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Boston Crusaders, formerly known as the Satyrs, as we said, very popular in the 1970s, back this year at the Columbus Day Parade, sounding even better than last year, John.
They did a great job, Al, that's for sure.
You know, we talk about bands. People don't realize how much time and practice and commitment goes into being a band member. A few costume characters have come out to say hello to the kids there, John.
And very colorful ones at that, Al.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm trying to figure out who that is, but I can't.
I am buffaloed at the moment, and
well,
right now this is the Revere chapter of the Women of the Moose in Revere, Massachusetts, another civic organization that's always there for the people of Revere. And also coming into view is our distinguished mayor, Tom Ambrosino, along with his wife, Joanne.
A great day for the city of Revere, Al, that's for sure.
Right now, we have the Dartmouth Marching Band. They have 100 members, and they a couple of years ago were in the Macy's Day Christmas Parade, Thanksgiving Parade
in New York City.
Yep.
Wow, that's quite an honor.
And like I said, it is the largest band in the parade with over 100 members, and it participated in the Thanksgiving Day Parade that Macy puts on every year, John.
With all the big balloons of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
But you know what?
Felix.
You can't compare to this parade.
Well, this is certainly a great parade. There's no question about that, Al.
Once again, that was the Dartmouth High School Marching Band. It was the largest band in the parade with over 100 members.
Very impressive, Al. Definitely.
And right now, this is the Revere Rotary, who do wonderful work. This is the junior division of the Revere Rotary.
You know, Al, I never knew that the Rotary Club had a junior division.
Well, Revere has one, and it's headed up by a very, very good friend of mine at Revere High School, Dave Colella. Dave spends a lot of time with these kids. He does a wonderful job of getting them into leadership roles. The group you're seeing right now is the Boston Firemen's Band. This is a non-profit band, and it originated in the 1930s. Up until 1971, it was made up of all firemen. The band consists of 25 members playing brass, woodwind, and percussion instruments. Boston Firemen's Band. Isn't that interesting, John? In 1971, it was all firemen, and now it's just a group of people together.
They do a fine job, too. Very, very professional.
Well done. This is the Northeast All-Stars. What it is, it's a group of cheerleaders that show an awful lot of ability to perform as little cheerleaders. And they do a terrific job, John. I mean, here in the city of Revere, we have some of the finest cheerleaders, and they've learned from this organization.
They look like they're going to do something for us right now, Al.
I told you there was something in store for everyone. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Northeast All-Star Cheerleaders, and we can see why they are cheerleaders.
They're very good, Al, I have to say.
They are excellent. John, again, we want to thank our corporate sponsors for allowing the 2003 Columbus Day Parade to take place, because without them, people at home don't get to see a great parade.
You don't realize how much of a part the corporate sponsors plays in something like this, because it costs a lot of money to put something like this on. Number one, number two, you have to actually show it on television. That costs money too. And people who have a chance to sit home and watch this are watching what a great opportunity, or what a great parade that the City of Revere has actually put on. And from what I understand now, puts it on every year.
They put it on every year. The corporate sponsors come out in droves to help support the 2003 Columbus Day Parade. You know, I've been associated with it for a number of years, and every year it continues to get better, John.
Oh, I would imagine,
the greatest talent coming right from the city of Revere. One of the people from years past is Joni DeMarco has worked on a number of national commercials. John, you know, have you ever seen a parade like this?
No, not quite, Al. I haven't. You know, and one good thing about the parade, too, because it's a very, very professional parade, but not only that, it gives the people of Revere a great feeling of community and pride. I get that.
Yeah, and that's the one significant thing about this city here in Revere. It's got a lot of pride, it's got a lot of tradition, and it sticks together. It's a very close-knitted group of people who work with each other to make things possible here in the city of Revere. I'm talking about the Little League programs. I'm talking about the Cub Scouts.
The cheerleaders.
And the varsity football team, the Parents Club, who goes out every Friday night when that team is home to help these kids. And that's what it's all about. It's about leadership. It's about teamwork.
And not only that, but I noticed how many fine young people were in the Junior Rotary Club and the ROTC, and that's a fine organization as well. And I get that feeling that people over here have a sense of community pride. And that's
they really
important.
do, and it stems from the Revere High School. You're talking about the Revere Rotary Juniors, and as I mentioned a few minutes ago, Dave Colella gives of his own time after school. He doesn't get paid to do this, but he gets a group of kids that are really committed to volunteering their time in local civic projects here in the city of Revere, and he sends them out to help those people. And I think he does a terrific job, and he should be recognized for his accomplishments.
You know, folks, if you've just tuned in, you're watching a very, very exciting and a very great parade, the Columbus Day Parade 2003. We're cablecasting live right this very minute from Revere, Massachusetts. And I understand, Al, that it's going to be repeated as well. And the magic of videotape, folks, is that you can see this over and over again. And, you know, we do it every single year, but every parade is different. And I'm sure that this is different from last year, and last year was different from the year before. So it's a good idea to come out and actually see it live. But if you can't, the next best thing, Al, I guess, is watching it on television.
And incidentally, starting tomorrow, they will start planning for the 2004 Columbus Day Parade. So there's never any rest for this parade. They'll get together and they'll discuss it and try to figure out what to make this parade and how to make it better for 2004.
You know, I would imagine that it takes a lot of planning for something like this. I really do. I mean, you have logistics involved here, and you have people, and you can only pray and hope that the weather is good. And I think that today
shined upon us.
He certainly did.
He terrific day.
Certainly blessed Revere today. There's no question about that. And not only that, but we're not only celebrating a day of a celebration. We're celebrating Columbus Day. And it's so important to the Italian Americans of the community here in Revere, and also Italian Americans throughout the United States.
And right now, we're getting ready to hear a performance from Chad Addison, a local youngster. He's only 16 years old. We will let him get set up, and then we'll give him a lesson.
And what's Chad going to do, Al?
Chad's going to perform a little bit for us.
We have a lot of young people on our show today, and that's in our parade, and that's good, Al. That's very encouraging. It's very positive. A lot of young people participating in an important community event like this.
No, while Chad is getting set up, you know, John, you
Yes.
couldn't do this without the folks behind the scenes at Comcast who do a terrific job in setting this all up.
Definitely.
For all you don't know, my name is Chad Addison. I'm a 17-year-old singer and dancer from outside Boston. I started writing songs about 6 months ago. This song is called New Generation. It's a pleasure to phone here. I'd like to thank everyone from Revere Recreations and everyone. Here's New Generation. Hope you like it. All right. Now it's talking. Yeah. Let me hear you guys scream. All right. The music of the future. It's like rock, / pop, / R&B. A little bit of techno. This is new, right? It's like a new generation, right? What's up, Revere? Here we go. A new sound. First move, gotta get myself recognized over time for unique style. But how? Right beats that'll make the people wild. Yeah. The next move. It shows, knows what it takes to get the right keys to the gates. Can't be early, can't be late. In the street isn't plain to see. You gotta listen to your heart and never stop moving. Hesitate to create a new sensation. The pop rock cooked up with R&B is where I'm gonna start. No mistakes will I make for the sake of the next and the new generation. Come on, put your hands up, lift it up, for a new sensation. Yeah, come on, give it up. What? For the new generation. Yeah, musical cages, trap society. They do, they trap you a certain sound, get you attached, you can't escape it. But a new generation, reverse up! Let me hear you guys scream! Alright. For the new generation, satisfaction so hard to achieve in the biz. That's just the way, it's the way it is. Interaction is what you need to set you free and separate you from the rest. Yeah, so many chances you will get to succeed. You gotta be careful with your cash. Now listen, know your senses. Take it from me, it's a rough organization and it ain't easy to breathe. Oh, come on, put your hands up, lift it up, for a new sensation. Yeah, come on, give it up. What? Here we go. Music, trap society. Mr. Mayor, hello. New generation. Yo, listen what I have to say. You must commit yourself. No work, no play. You gotta sacrifice. You wanna go big, work hard. Goals to achieve your dreams. It's a new deal. It's a big mass appeal. But change, you can't waste what you have.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Addison, one of the newcomers.
A lot of young people in our show today, Al.
And again, Chad is in the studio recording a new ballad and just finished a great new dance piece entitled Bounce. And they have a very tough schedule coming up. They're going to not only be performing here in Revere, but they'll be performing in Billerica as well. And Chad's been invited to perform at First Night in Billerica.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, he's a local boy, is that correct, Al?
I believe he is. So it's nice to see. What did I say? I said that core of talent is right
no
here
question, Al.
in the city of Revere, Massachusetts. And if you'd like to check out more about Chad, you can go to www.chadaddison.com.
You know, Al, we have a few other things coming up. What a great day here in Revere, folks. We're watching the Revere Columbus Day Parade. What a fine parade it is. This is actually, Al, this is my very first time here.
John, you're doing a wonderful job, and I really want to thank you very much for coming across town from Boston, Massachusetts to help us out.
It's not my first time in Revere, but it's my first time here at the Revere Parade. It's a very, very great opportunity to be here and share this with you.
And you know the thing, John, is every year I'm looking at the houses across the street, and they line up early in the morning to sit here and wait for the Columbus Day Parade to make it happen. I should say.
They want to get a good seat. That's why, Al. They want to get a good place.
It's amazing to see how the families continue to grow and how they come out and support
that's encouraging
this 2003
too.
Columbus Day Parade.
Well, I get the sense this is a family-oriented community.
It really is. It starts with family,
and that's
it works
important.
up from that.
Important.
And the crowd is still piling in here.
Definitely.
Right now we have the Revere Soccer. Revere Soccer is so important to the kids in Revere because it helps develop great skills. We all saw We all saw World Cup. And World Cup was such a great event for the United States. And soccer continues to grow. And one of the outstanding people that I know of in soccer is Mia Hamm, who put on a terrific performance in World Cup, John.
Not only that, but it provides our young people a chance to work as a team. Sportsmanship is so important.
And that's the key in our society today is team. Working together. Let's work together. Let's make things better.
Now, this looks like something interesting coming up.
And right now, this is Nicole Zaveris, the owner of the Nicole Zerveris School of Dance. She's in her 12th year. They perform various styles of dance from jazz, tap, and ballet. John, maybe we'll take a few lessons.
Well, you know, I was just going to suggest, but I didn't want to do anything that would interfere here, but I was actually going to go out and join them in ballet. But I know it's more important that I stay here with you, Alan.
John, I'm honored to have you on board.
But I was actually going to go out and even join those cheerleaders and do some of those calisthenics. But
Dream team taking all the risks. Take us and be so much guts in us. Do spot in the new contract. Lost track to the facts. JD go wild with you. Double D, we up in the surgeon, swerving all in the service. And I'm treated, you heard my name. Still the bags in the game. Get down with your boys. Money mark in the big show. Recognize me. You wanna creep through the room when it's like, get down. Give me room for the buck by me. I get your boy, get you the stand. Drake plus and running in still. But when you spin the wheel, plus speed of me. That's gonna make you get it off that chase. You get that flow, baby. That's the way we take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nicole Zervis. The owner was in her 12th year performing here in Revere with various styles of dance from jazz, tap, and ballet.
and here comes Old Glory, Al. Old Glory. I'm so impressed with all of the young people that are in this parade today.
You know, they could be off doing something else today, but they've chosen to come here and participate in the 2003 Columbus Day Parade.
That's correct.
My hats go off to the number of young people out here today.
And what a very nice float, too. So good to see our flag given such prominence.
Right now, this is Concerts in the Park. It's a series of concerts given on Sunday nights during the summer that features some of the area's musical talent, and they're playing right now.
Is this an old jazz song now?
sola tu fecha perché a mai con me una nota crociata così e oi morì quando sola tu fecha perché
Concerts in the Park putting on a terrific job. And we want to compliment one of our crew members, Peter Tassi, for capturing all the sights and sounds of these terrific bands.
Al, he's doing a fantastic job.
And right now, one of Revere's most popular folks coming into sight, Mickey Casoli, Say No to Drugs. Mickey does an awful lot of great work here in the city of Revere. Wonderful person.
And also working for a very good cause, too.
Right, and we should point out to some of our other folks that may not know this, but Mickey is a former Revere police officer.
Oh, really?
And he also worked in Attorney General Frank Bellatti's office. and did a lot of great work while he was there as well. What you're seeing right now is some of the antique cars. They look terrific, John.
You know, Al, I have to tell you a story. You know, it just brings back memories. A couple of years ago, I happened to be in Lincoln, Nebraska. And one night, I took a few of the people that I was with out one night. At about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, it was dark. I'm driving down the street, and of course, I had never been here before. And I see all of these people, just like we see today, lined up on the street in their beach chairs, sitting down with flags and everything. And they're all looking at me. And I'm just driving a regular car, and these people are sitting in the back. And they're looking, and I said, John, why are all these people looking at us? And I said, I don't know. So we're driving down, and I realized that there's an antique car parade at 9 o'clock that night, and these people think that we're preceding the parade. And I said, my goodness, what's going on here? And somebody said, we're waiting for the parade to start. And we just happened to see you driving down. But anyway, that sort of reminded me of that.
You know, you could have seen some really terrific cars at the Blessing of the Wheels this year. Those cars are just awesome. And right now, this is Brandon Lentz, another youngster that has been invited to the Columbus Day Parade. And we'll give him a listen.
Hey, Mr. Man, how you doing? You guys enjoying yourselves up there? I'm gonna perform a song called So Much at Stake for you. I hope you like it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Lentz. He's been dancing for about 8 years, and he takes lessons from Mark Baxter, one of the top quality vocal teachers in the country.
And not only that, Al, but he plays football, he wrestles, he plays basketball and baseball. He's a pretty busy guy. but it's good because an opportunity like this, a parade like this, gives these young people an opportunity to get out and have people see what they can do.
John, just to finish up what you're saying about these young performers out here today, Brandon Lynn and Chad Addison, you know, they are the future, and they are doing such a terrific job.
Right.
It takes a lot of time and a lot of work to be this good. You know, people fail to realize that you just don't come out here on the streets of Revere and start performing. It takes years and years to perfect this craft.
Well, not only
and these
that,
kids are
yep.
so young, and they've already perfected their craft. Can you imagine when they get a little
No
bit
question,
older?
but not only that, Albert. Not only do they have talent they develop over the years, but to go out there and actually perform in front of the public is sometimes difficult in itself, and they can do that. That's important.
It's very, very difficult to come out here and perform.
Check. My next song, right? I'm gonna be performing. It's my fantasy girl. Hope you like it.
And right now, this is the East Bridgewater Marching Band from East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, dressed so elegantly with the blue, John.
Right. There's beautiful colors. It looks like an aqua marine color flags that they've got there. They're quite attractive, quite appealing.
And they've appeared in a number of these Columbus Day parades here in the city of Revere.
Looks like we have some more antique cars, Al.
John, you know, when you talk about antique cars, our director Gary Mitchell has a 68 Ford Galaxy that he uses when he travels with his car club on the Cape. Hey, Gary, when are you going to give John and I a ride in it? I want to go for a ride in it.
Well, we have to wait a little bit. But, you know, look at this car right here, Al. I think that probably precedes that car by a few years anyway.
The Cyclone Car Club, it consists of 180 members who are car enthusiasts that travel all around the country for various car shows. Our own Gary Mitchell, as I mentioned, is a member of the car show down on the Cape. And I still want to know when he's going to give me a ride in that 68 Ford Galaxy.
Well, you know, cars have a special appeal to a lot of people, Al. And I got a question for you, a little trivia. Do you know how much the first Model T costs?
I'll take a rough shot, maybe $200.
That's exactly right. You know, you're a very, very smart young man. It was exactly $200. And Henry Ford said you can get it in any color you want as long as it's black. That's what he said.
It's amazing to see how these cars have been restored, John.
Oh, yes.
It just fascinates me to see how you take a car, put it back together, and make it so good like we're seeing here today.
And you realize the value of them, too.
Oh, unbelievable. Some of these cars that we're looking at right now go back to the 1940s and the 1950s.
Oh, easy. Sure, easy. That's the 1940s, probably.
Yeah.
This is the 1965, Al?
Yep. It's a Chevy.
This is 1956-57. That was a popular color for cars,
with
I
the
think.
fins,
back then.
right?
Yeah.
Look who else is making an appearance in the Columbus Day Parade.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Wow, they've pulled out all the stops here
Everybody's here today. It's a nice color, Al. Beautiful
Yeah,
color
I love
car.
that car. Don't you love that car?
Yes, definitely.
I love the car. It's a Cadillac, and that red Cadillac is shining, isn't it, John?
Yep. A little trivia question for you, Al. You know, we look at the Italian flag, and we have the red, and we have the white, we have the green. Do you know who designed the Italian flag?
I have no idea.
Napoleon.
Really?
And he designed it after the French flag. But he couldn't use blue, so he used green. But it was designed by Napoleon, as a matter of fact.
There's an old Mustang, my kind of a car,
Yep.
John. I love those old Mustangs. You
Yep.
gotta love those.
The most famous Mustang is the 1965. Something for everybody here, Al, at the
Didn't I say
Revere
that?
Columbus Day Parade.
And
2003.
we were talking about Joni DeMarco, and right now she's coming into view. As we mentioned, she's appeared on a number of national commercials. Does a wonderful job. And there's Joni DeMarco herself. And actually, she's the winner of the top teacher in 2003. Joni, congratulations.
Yes, that's quite an honor.
And right behind Joni is the Peabody High School marching band. They perform at all Peabody High School football games. And in a couple of weeks, Revere will be playing the Tanners of Peabody.
What interesting costumes, Al.
Yeah, they're so elegantly put together. Look at the gold and the black.
Right.
They look great, don't they?
Yep. It almost seems, and probably is, the movements of the flag, the maneuvers go along with the music. It's just combined to be just so on such precision.
Well, they live up to the being one of the top marching bands when it comes to high school marching bands. Probably one of the top in
At least in this area, yeah, the region.
rhythm and timing has to be at such top,
Sync,
notes.
yeah.
Really amazing. Not a band that's here, but I had an opportunity a couple of weeks ago to attend Belmont High School. And Belmont High School has probably one of the best high school marching bands. To watch these guys perform is unbelievable what they do as far as high school kids go. And right now, this is the Aleppo Shriners. They have 23 units here today, John.
Really? Well,
Yep.
that's very impressive, Al.
They have the Arab Patrol, the Brass Band, Chanters, the Clowns, the Director's Staff Floats, the Fire Brigade, Horses, Legion of Honor, Minuteman Unit, Motorcycle Units, Motor Patrol Unit, Pipe Band, and the Ragtops, all in convertibles.
Something for everybody. Well, folks, in case you've just tuned in, you're watching the Columbus Day Parade live right here from Revere, Massachusetts. Columbus Day 2003.
As they're getting a nice hand from the folks here in Revere. I'll tell you, they do an awful lot of great work. One of their most charitable things that they do during the summer is to hold an all-star football game with the
Right.
benefits going to handy to burn children. And those children don't pay one
Right.
dime.
You know, Al, the Shriners have been, for many, many, many years, involved in all sorts of great activities. They have what's called the Shriners Burns Institute in Boston, Massachusetts, which children don't pay. It's burn victims. And they've done a lot of great things. It's a great fraternal organization.
And right now, as I mentioned, this is the Arab Patrol. Let's give them a listen. various members of the Shriners, of the high-ranking Shriners, I should mention, John, coming into view.
A great fraternal organization. They've done a lot of great things. They have a lot of children's hospitals throughout the United States. One right here in Boston, the West End, right next to Massachusetts General Hospital, as a matter of fact. It's called the Shriners Burns Institute. You know, Al, the children who go to that hospital who are victims of burns, they never get a bill?
That's terrific. Right now, this is the Aleppo Fire Brigade, as I mentioned. These men have to be so dedicated to what they're doing, and they go out and they help children. I mean, that speaks volumes. And this is their second year here at the Columbus Day Parade, and the city of Revere would like to thank the Aleppo Shriners for sending all of their units to Revere, Massachusetts. They were telling me last year they enjoyed it so much that in 2003 they were coming back with more stuff. And this is their promise to the city of Revere, as they have brought all their units here today.
Now, Al, do I hear a Dalmatian somewhere in the background?
Yes, I do.
Oh, there he is right there, holding a flag.
And while we await for the rest of the parade to come into your viewing area and into your homes, again, we have to thank our corporate sponsors who did a wonderful job, John. And there we are, John.
We have a great experience here in Revere today, October 13th, 2003, Columbus Day, right here in the city of Revere. We're watching the Columbus Day
John,
Parade.
how have you enjoyed the Columbus Day Parade so far?
I liked it very much.
Would you like to come back?
Oh, definitely, Al. I enjoyed doing this with you as well. We had a lot of great things to see and talk about in this parade today, that's for sure.
And we have more stuff coming into the Columbus Day Parade.
You know, one of the things that I'm impressed with, and folks, I'm not sure if how long you've been watching this for, but if you've been watching it as long as we have since it began, I can't tell you how impressed I am with the number of young people that are actually in this parade.
Absolutely.
Who are taking place in the parade.
Right. We wanted to mention one other unit that just went by is the Revere Historical Society.
Right.
These folks know everything that there is to know about the city of Revere. Their knowledge is amazing. I had the opportunity to talk with them a couple of years ago. I wanted to get some information.
Right.
They came back with pages and pages of information that was just staggering about the Columbus Day Parade in the city of Revere.
And I'm sure Revere has a long history, actually.
More units coming in by the Aleppo Shriners from Wilmington, Massachusetts. Cars are great, aren't they, John?
They certainly are. You know, years ago there used to be a Shriners Parade in Boston, and it was literally like 6 hours long. Did you know that?
I believe that. They just recently, I believe it was a couple of years ago, they had their convention here in Boston, Massachusetts. And they put on a great parade when they were coming in. Again, we want to thank our roving camera person down on the street, Peter Tassi, for doing a wonderful job of capturing it all. John, no expenses spared on the 2003 Columbus.
It seems that way, Al. No question about that. It seems that way.
And you, as you talked about the Shriners Hospitals for Children,
right?
The Boston Burns Hospital. Talk a little bit about that, because I know you have a lot of knowledge.
I'm a little familiar with that because I was involved with Massachusetts General Hospital, working there for many years, and next to Massachusetts General Hospital, unrelated to the hospital, however, associated with it, is the Burns Institute, the Shriners Burns Institute, and what they do is they provide services for burn victims and children, and those children who are brought there are helped. Of course, not one bill is sent to the parents or the family. They take care of the whole thing themselves.
We flinched there for a second,
Yeah.
John.
So that's what the Burns Institute does. It provides services for children who have been burned.
And it was started, I
it's a bill.
believe it was started in the 1950s or the 1960s.
Most
John.
likely had gone. It goes back many years. That's correct.
And as I spoke about the ragtops, there they are, the motor unit of the Aleppo Shriners. And again, they have my favorite car that they're driving,
A Mustang.
The
Right.
Mustang's a cool car.
That's because you're a cool guy, Al, and I'm sure that you look really cool driving one.
All I need is the sunglasses and the driving gloves. What do you think, John?
I think so. Yes.
And here comes the motorcycle division of the Aleppo Shriners. And they're going to give us a little performance.
You know, Al, I thought that for a moment was a Dalmatian that was probably affixed to one of the motorcycles, but I guess it's a real dog in the background barking.
Again, young and old out here watching the 2003 Columbus Day Parade with more to come, folks. More to come. Don't turn your TV set off because there's plenty more to come. John, look at the precision by those motorcycles. How much skill goes into that without having that motorcycle tip over?
Well, not only a great amount of skill, but also they're very cautious too because they're performing in such a narrow street. But you're right, that requires talent. There's no question about that.
I can imagine the practice that goes into that.
And they're wearing their
They get a
helmets
nice
too. Yeah.
applause from the crowd. That's great. And I believe right now coming into view is Laurel and Hardy, John.
Wow, there's been no expense spared for this parade, huh, Al? Everybody's-
Absolutely not. Laurel and Hardy
Tony,
also a crowd favorite. They've been here for a number of years, John.
Al, it looks just like Laurel and Hardy, as a matter
Absolutely.
of fact.
Some more costume characters in view saying hello. There's Dr. Seuss, John.
Yep, Dr. Seuss, the Cat in the Hat. That's the Cat in the Hat.
This is the Aleppo Shriners Clown Unit.
Well, they perform circuses, the circus that the Shriners put on as well. And of course, their fundraisers for their various charitable organizations.
They are so friendly, aren't they? They're asking, how are you right there? They're very happy to be here.
The Shriners Circus has been something that has been performed in Massachusetts for many years as well. The last one I know of was in Wilmington, as a matter of fact, I believe.
Behind the Aleppos is the Grand Master Crimson Band, John. They come in all ages. And this is their first year here in the Columbus Day Parade. They were first originally started in 1996, but they're back together again. and gentlemen, once again, the Bandmasters Crimson Brigade is a non-profit musical organization, as I said, formally established in 1996. Its band is comprised of students in grades from junior high to college, and it's great to see them back together again. And incidentally, they come from the southeastern part of Massachusetts, so you could imagine the trip that they had here.
Right, a few of the bands came up from that area as well. Westport, Dartmouth.
You know, it's great to see the bands come back year after year. I had an opportunity to talk with some of these band people before the parade. They basically told me, this is a terrific parade. We want to continue to come. This is Tom Ambrosino's Dixieland Trolley. They play some great Dixieland music, John. Again, ladies and gentlemen, me and Tom Ambrosino's Dixieland Band, sounding great, John.
Now what's coming up now, Al?
And right behind them, we have the Citations Drum and Bugle Corps from Burlington, Massachusetts, another crowd favorite. And their uniforms looking just as sharp with the white and black and red sash. And here comes one of Revere's most famous bands that gets the crowd into it, the Tony Barry Marching Band from Saugus, Massachusetts.
Not far from here, Al.
No, about 15 minutes. Behind Tony Barry is the Action Towing with a big banner going across the side of the truck. Go Red Sox. And let's hope they do some great things.
That's right, Al.
Followed by the Bay State Strut, as the organization is 30 years old. They are baton twirlers, and you can take lessons. They range from $5 to $6 for single lessons or $25 per hour for private lessons. John, what do you say we go take a field?
I think we should. And then next year we can march in the parade, too, and throw our batons in the air.
Absolutely. So, John, what's your assessment of the 2003 Columbus Day Parade and the city of Revere?
Al, you were absolutely correct when you would ask me to come over and join you. It was just a fantastic experience.
And, you know, as we said, the Bay State Strutters are no strangers here in the city of Revere, Massachusetts. I believe this is like their 6th or 7th year here in the Columbus Day Parade.
Oh, I can imagine, and I can understand why people who were actually in the parade would like to come back year after year and
right behind
again.
And right behind them is the Revere Junior Patriot Cheerleaders. They perform at all Pop Warner football games. Their teams are as follows: the A, the B, the C, the D, and the E. Let's listen to them. And do you know that some of the championship varsity cheerleaders came from the Pop Warner program? Revere has one of the finest cheerleading groups in the state of Massachusetts, winning a number of awards. And a couple of years ago, they went down to Florida and performed at the U.S. tournament and came away finishing 3rd in the country. That's quite an accomplishment. And right behind them is the Revere Pop Warner football players. There are 5 divisions, but we'll let those cheerleaders perform.
Very impressive, Al.
Very, very impressive. We can see why the cheerleading program here in the city of Revere is very strong. And right behind them are the Revere junior football players. As I started to mention, there are 5 divisions beginning with the A squad, B, C, D, and E. For the really young children to develop their skills, there's the E. Incidentally, John, Pop Warner football, in order to play Pop Warner football, you have to maintain a C average, and the president is Joe DeVoe, who's doing a terrific job with these kids here in the city of Revere. And again, another group of Revere Junior Patriots are getting ready to perform. Ladies and gentlemen, the Revere Junior Patriots, followed by additional football players.
Did you get there?
Again, a little more of the antique cars here, John. John, what type of a car is this one?
I don't know, but it's from the 1956 or 1957.
What a gorgeous looking car, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Again, you know, it's amazing to see how these cars have been restored. I mean, it costs several $1000s to put these cars back together.
Oh, sure.
And you really have to be a car enthusiast to really take time out to do that. Like, I'm a sports fan. These guys are car enthusiasts.
No question about that.
This is the Boston City Band from Franklin, Massachusetts. Let's give them a listen. gentlemen, the Boston City Band, and right behind them is the Cycling Murrays, located in Cambridge, Massachusetts. They are a family of 5. They've been performing since 1987. You are watching Tara, Dawn, Keegan, Jean, Jonah, and they work some 60 events throughout eastern New
They
England.
look like they're quite talented. Unicycles, bicycles.
And right behind the Cycling Murrays, we have additional soccer leagues here in the city of Revere. You know, I was talking about how soccer has grown over the years, John, and here in the city of Revere, it's become a very popular sport with youngsters.
You know, from so many years, Al, football, baseball, basketball, hockey was important and popular in America as a whole. But soccer never was. Soccer was more of a European sport. But in the last couple of years, it seems
I think it's because of the birth of World Cup. I think World Cup has really promoted soccer for men and women. And now there are big stars emerging from World Cup, such as Mia Hamm, who's done a phenomenal job promoting the sport. And I think when kids start to see that, they want to play that sport. And especially our New England Revolution team, who's always very competitive in men's soccer.
What do you think is going to be popular next? Rugby?
I don't know, John. That's a
That seems to
really
be
good
getting more
question.
popular.
Yeah, it's a really good question. And right now, the Cycling Murrays continue to perform. And I believe Pokemon has come by to say hello to the kids. And that is Pokemon, John. That was pretty good, huh?
Yes, yes.
Look at the number of kids out here saying hello. It's awesome. It's
know,
beyond
you're
words to
absolutely
describe.
correct. There's so many young people participating in this very special event today.
And you know,
And look at, they're all waving to you. They're all waving to you, Al.
I'll sign autographs later.
Actually, they're waving to all our home viewers. That's where they're waving.
And you
to.
know, every organization that I've seen in the parade today all have Red Sox banners or something to do with the Red Sox, rooting the Red Sox on. So hopefully this could be it, folks.
Well,
the Red Sox could come back
tell you
and
what,
beat the dreaded New York Yankees.
They're not going to get rained out tonight, are they?
No,
Al?
they're not. And right behind the Revere Youth Soccer is a proud favorite here in Revere, the Roma Band from the north end of Boston. John, you started to say something.
Roma Band, meaning Rome. And also playing an appropriate song given today's date, Columbus Day.
As we
Columbus
said,
was from Italy, actually Genoa. He was Genoese.
right.
And he came over here in 1492. And Al, as they say, the rest is history.
As we said, they perform in and around the north end of Boston. They have performed at the Feast of St. Anthony's in the north end. How how appropriate is that,
Right.
sitting in front of St. Anthony's here today?
Yeah.
They've appeared at a number of parades and celebrations throughout New England. And right now, this is the Salvation Army Emergency Disaster Service.
You know, the Salvation Army, a lot of people don't realize this, but the Salvation Army has been around for many years, and it's a religious organization as well as a charitable one.
Followed by the North End Marching Band. They are the only marching band in the North End of Boston. They are 20 years old and did 30 performances last year. John, the Worcester Marching Band from Worcester, Massachusetts, making a return to the 2003 Columbus Day Parade. As all the bands have been here today, they've all been terrific.
Oh, there's no question, Al. Everybody that's been in it has been terrific. Not just the bands, but the Cycling Murrays, for example, and the soccer teams, and the ROTC, and the cheerleaders, the Cub Scouts, and all of these other people that have actually participated in this great Columbus Day Parade 2003. Al, I can't think of a better opportunity and a better way of spending Columbus Day than co-hosting this program with you.
John, it's been terrific to have you here. We want to thank every member of our crew, especially Rick Promise in the truck, calling the shots here today, capturing a lot of terrific shots. Also, we want to thank our Associate Director, Gary Mitchell, who was out here early this morning putting this all together. We want to thank Peter Tassi, who spent a number of hours out here scoping this out and then getting the right shots. We also want to thank our cameraman, Mark, who works for the United States Postal Service, taking the day off to be with us here today to make this all possible.
Right, he did a great job, and you know, I can't tell you how much I have enjoyed this experience. We've seen a lot here, and I've said this repeatedly throughout the program, and I mean this sincerely. I can't tell you how wonderful it is, how encouraging it is to see so many of our young people participating in such a great community event.
And we also want to thank our many volunteers who spent countless hours out here this morning putting this all together. For John Fahey, I want to thank John very much for coming over
Al, it was my
from
pleasure.
Boston, Massachusetts. For Al DiTullio, for everyone associated with the 2003 Columbus Day Parade. But before we go, two people we really want to thank. We want to thank Irene Gallagher and Elaine Savatelli from the Mayor's office, who did an absolutely terrific job in giving us the most accurate line of march. Ladies, thank you very much.
And Al, I can't tell you, you did a great job, and
Well, thank
you knew
you,
all of
John.
these people, you know all of these floats, you knew all of the bands, you knew everybody. I mean, how did you do that?
Well, a lot of preparation went in, and if I didn't have those two young ladies at City Hall, I couldn't have made this parade possible.
And folks, it was a great pleasure to co-host this with Al DiTullio, and happy holidays.
For everyone here at Comcast, thank you very much. Good night.